Hey guys, welcome back to more AFK Arena. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the Cain battle in the new Twisted Realm. He's a different battle. The other two that are upcoming, we've already battled them before, but we will do videos covering those as well. However, this guy is new, so he's a bit of fun, something new to sink our teeth into, new strategy to look at, and we will be looking at the best teams. And then also, I'll take you through my accounts and the sort of teams that I've been using and the different sort of testing you can do depending on what you have. So let's get into the video. Before we get into it, I am going to be doing a test stream in the morning after I upload this, probably 6 to 8 hours after I upload this video. It just depends how long I take editing to how long I get to sleep to get up and do it. I'll be doing it like 3 or 4 a.m. my time, but I'll post a pinned comment in this video with the time that I will be doing it, and I'll post it in PST. I'll do the conversion because most of you guys are over in America anyway. But yeah, that's pretty much that. If you want to come and join and see how my 1.5 upload speed works, come and see. I don't know, it's just a test, nothing promised. But let's have a look at this guy's skills. So at 15, 40, and 65 seconds into the battle, the enemy that has dealt the highest amount of damage will be annihilated by Cain. Instant kill. Just fatality, that's it. Number 2, Cain's dragon breathes fire on enemies, dealing 130% AoE damage to them. Cool beans. Similar to like the one in the chapter 1 and all that. And then Hellblade deals multi-stage damage. The first stage dealing 30% damage to all enemies, destroying all protective shields that they may be using. The second stage deals 165% damage to all enemies on the battlefield. So in this one, Lucius, who's normally a great option in these types of things, he's not going to be that vital because the shield basically counts for nothing. So we're not going to be too worried about that. So let's go into the challenge and talk about what the most optimal teams have been that I've been seeing online from a lot of people's tests, because obviously ourselves, we've only been able to do 4 or 5 tests, so it's hard to know exactly what the best comps are, but from all sources, and I can definitely agree because it's always just an amazing staple team, is going to be Rosaline with Rowan with the twins. Unfortunately, I don't have the Celestial twins on this account, so I can't use them, so I've been testing other stuff. So what the basic thing you're going to want to do is those 3 plus 2 other damage dealers, your 2 best damage dealers. If you have a Taylene that's highly ascended, which most people won't unless you're a whale, she's probably the best option. If you can get her to do your most damage the whole fight, then she's going to be getting killed every time and she'll come back to life. If you've just hit that 1240 stage and you have a Taylene, kind of like my Celestial account, I literally just hit 1240, and like most of my heroes are only at elite anyway. If I had a Taylene, I could probably make her do pretty good damage and justify getting her as my top damage and get her to be killed, but I don't have her. So Taylene, amazing. Maybe just test her out anyway if you just have her and you want to try it, because if she does get killed, she comes back to life. Another one I'm theory crafting but I haven't tested is Kelthar. The fact that he dies and then comes back in spectral form and can still get a good bit of damage out may be handy, but once again, it's if you have him built. And once again, I do enjoy this feature, how it puts everyone to an averaged out level. It lets you use heroes that you may not be using otherwise. Yes, they lose the Ascension tier, but hey, if you put better gear on them, they can still do some stuff. So those 3, Rosaline, Rowan, and the Celestial Twins, 2 damage dealers. A very common one I'm seeing is Chimera and Belinda. And Thalia is another great option. Pretty much any solid damage dealer that you have that gets a good benefit from Rosaline doing her buff. And the reason you want to do 2 damage dealers is because the battle, once you get to that last execute by him, you're pretty much 80% through the battle anyway, and you're not going to get a hell of a lot more damage out of it. That's why the triple support with Rosaline, Rowan, and the twins is good. I tried Rain because I have her as an extra support, and she didn't work as well for me compared to doing just a full damage dealer team. So that's why that works. So you really want things that are going to benefit from Rosaline's ult. Basically, most damage dealers do benefit from it, so it doesn't really matter. So another very specific trick that you can do, and this one is really nice if you have one hero that you really want to do your main damage. For instance, between my Belinda and my Chimera, if one of them I put my better cloth set on and I really want them to be my main damage dealer, but I don't want them to die first, you can put it on manual and not use the ultimate of the hero that you want to last and use the ultimate of the other one. Obviously, it's going to take timing and stuff like that, and hopefully it'll work. But if you manipulate it by only using the ultimate of the one hero that you want to die, then you should be fine, and you should be able to get that second best hero to die first because they've used their ultimate, and then the other one can carry on and deal more damage for longer in the fight. The other thing is, the one that you're going to get to survive longer is the one that you're going to want to put, wait, let's just go over here, is going to be the one that you're going to want to put Jura's Blade on. So for instance, in this battle, on this account, I'm going to use this as my demonstration run. We're going to put Jura's Blade on Chimera. We're going to put Jura's Eye on Belinda. As you can see, Belinda has worse gear, and Chimera is pretty much G'ing it at the moment. Just wanted to edit this in quickly because the video gets a bit long with just testing different things, and I want to get this straight information out there when we're talking about the artifacts. With some more testing that you'll see later in the video, basically I found if you are using the twins, Rosaline and Rowan, the best one I find to have Jura's Call on is actually Rosaline, and we do some testing later in the video if you do want to see it on this account. But Rosaline seemed to really increase the damage. On some of the different content, I don't find it to differ much between Rosaline, Twins or Rowan having it, but this Rosaline definitely benefited more from having Jura's Call. So when you are looking at it, definitely do Jura's Blade on the hero, well, Jura's Eye on the damage dealer that you're going to want to die first, Jura's Blade on the one that it's going to last longer, and then Jura's Call on Rosaline is pretty much what I think is going to be optimal now, and then just toss between the other ones on the Twins and Rowan. Pretty much is going to be the stable. And we're going to go into the battle, if we go over here, and we're going to put it on manual. We're not going to use Chimera's ult, but we are going to use Belinda's ult. So unfortunately you can't retry this, so this is the last try we get on this one. So what we're going to do is we're going to take it off auto. We're going to use everyone's ult. Athalia is actually the one I'm going to use first and save the other two and just let her die. I think I can use Belinda and still keep Athalia. Either way, either of those two dying doesn't really... There you go. Athalia gone. Now we hit auto. And we just keep going. So, sorry, I thought it was between Belinda and Chimera. It was the Athalia that I wanted to get out. And so now that Athalia is out, you put it on full auto. Yes, my Chimera will be the next one to go, but it doesn't stress me too much because, like I said, you're going to get some decent damage, and then Belinda's going to be able to carry that out. The reason I was talking about the two of them is because normally you have the twins in there. Obviously, I had the extra damage dealer because that's what it is. So this is where we're at, and the reason Rosaline is really, really good... sorry I destroyed that demonstration because I got it wrong, but you get the idea. Use the ult on the one you want to die faster and leave the ult on the one you want to live longer. But the good thing is that Rosaline is actually really awesome for this. Let's continue. Oh, you can reset and get more tries. Hey, it's only 50. Let's go. So what you can do is you can leave Rosaline in there because she does actually really good damage. So if we look at my battle history, we look at that one, you can see that Rosaline is doing decent damage. The Belinda survived a long time, and Rosaline actually got really close to her damage. So that's why it's amazing. So what we're going to do, that is the basic team comp. It's going to be remove that or that. It's pretty much going to be that with the twins is going to be the main comp for anyone, and you can replace those two damage dealers with anyone. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump over to my account that's just got to the stage of being able to do it, and we're going to take a look at that one. Okay, so we're over here on my Celestial / Hyperjane account, and on this account, I'm pretty much, like, I'll show you my campaign, because we've literally just a couple of hours ago got through it. So campaign, we've just got into chapter 13, so we've just cleared the requirements to get into it. So this is like the earliest stage anyone will be at when they try and get into it. And I just want to show you guys my battle history. So this is the team I used in both of them, and this is where it's relevant to using your ultimate or not again. So what happens here is, as you can see, my Mahira did a lot of damage here because she survived longer. She was the second one to get killed. My Iron died first. And the problem with my Mahira here was that once Iron died, my Rosaline was buffing Mahira, and it just did nothing because she just tries to use her AoE charm and it does nothing. So that was really bad for me. So the reason my second run, if we look at this one with the same team, did so much more damage is because I didn't use Iron's ultimate until Mahira got killed. So Mahira's just straight up single target damage was higher, and then that allowed me to put Iron as second. And then obviously you can see my Wukong doing some really nice damage. That's because he was able to use his ult more in that one, and he survived longer. He didn't get killed off, and it allowed him to get buffed by Rosaline after the Iron, after they were both dead, and actually get some kills. So let's just take a look. What I'm going to do is I'm going to jump into it again. I'm going to battle this. I'm going to take it off auto. And basically, if I just take this off auto and let everyone else do their thing and just not use Iron and not use Mahira either, that way she keeps dealing damage. As you can see, there you go, she's died. She died. Now I can use my ultimates, push out as much damage as I can. That's the perfect example of making the hero die that you want to die. And I don't know why, but Mahira's bats are still going around on screen. I don't know if that's meant to be happening or whether that's giving her extra damage. I can't see numbers. But hey, we'll take it. So, and then that's literally it. We'd keep doing this, and as you can see, Iron's dead. Now Wukong gets to have a go, and we should be pretty solid. He comes back. Rosaline should buff him up, and then he gets to split again, and we're all good. And the cool thing about this Wukong, I'm fairly certain that the execute, maybe he used the execute on the Rosaline because she was doing the damage. Not too sure. I'm keen to test if the Wukong does get hit by the Annihilate, but I haven't been able to get there yet. But let's take a look at damage. And as you can see, that's fairly similar to the other one. Once again, Rosaline doing some really nice damage, almost beating the Iron. And just wait till I show you Iron's gear. Rosaline is just an absolute beast. So in this team, I probably would, if I had the twins, I'd squeeze them in there. I'd probably remove the Wukong. Once again, I'd do the same thing with Mahira and then just let Iron carry. So if we jump over here, and I just want to show you why Rosaline is such a beast. So if I look at my Iron, he's on full mythic gear. He's full mythic. I've been getting it all from the guild shop, and I bought one piece from the just for diamonds. But then we look at Rosaline, and Rosaline was almost matching his damage. So Rosaline is not there just for the support. She's there for the damage. She's just an absolute ridiculous hero, and that core team of, like I said, that core team of Rosaline, Rowan, and twins, if you do have them, is amazing. So what I'm going to do is jump across to another account now that does have the twins and show you that setup. Okay, so here we are over on the Graveborn account. As you can see, this is the generic lineup. Normally, most people would be going for, like, as a stable one that most people have built is Belinda. But because my Belinda is only Legendary Plus, I'm not going to use her. We won't quite get the same damage. However, what we can do, I can try her and see how I go. The problem is that would just make a whole team of cloth wearers, which I'm really stretched on gear. And something when you consider using this team when you are using the twins and you have no other sustain, is that Rowan and the twins, you want to sort of feather your second best gear between them. Obviously my best is going to be on my Chimera, who's my main damage dealer, and the second best piece of gear you want to throw between those two, just because Rowan doesn't heal himself with his own potions, so he's going to lack the healing, and the twins are going to be effectively tanking unless you do use something melee. If you got like a Thane or something like that, I feel like he might be a good option because he's light bearers. You could swap my Chimera for a Thane, and then you get a full faction bonus, which would be nice. And that's the other thing that's nice about the Belinda on this account over the Pharrell. If I could get it to do the most damage, it gives your whole team that extra bonus for the whole fight, which is nice. Something definitely to consider is those faction bonuses. But once again, the second best set of gear, mix it between the twins and Rowan. Rosaline doesn't really need it because she will get healed by Rowan's potions, and she'll be floating in the back row, not getting mainly attacked from the front. So she's not too bad. It's just those two, you really got to dance between what works for you. So I'll show you my battle history. The first battle, I didn't even do that. Like, I don't know where that battle came from. I hadn't done a battle in this one, and there was a battle in there. Really weird. Anyway, this second one, as you can see, this was the exact same team as this one. And what happened was, on the first one, what I was trying to test was not using Chimera's ultimate, and then let Pharrell die. And then on the second one, I put it on full auto. But it turns out Pharrell has more burst damage, and I can leave it on full auto, use Chimera's ult, and still let Pharrell die. So that's pretty much what that did. On this second run, the reason it didn't go so well is because the twins died quick, whereas on the other ones, the other battle, they managed to last. So let's take a look at the battle and just show you how this sort of team will sort of run. If you're using Belinda and Chimera, test it. Test it on full auto with Chimera ulting, and then test it with not using her and then letting Belinda ult. Also, other way around, if your Belinda's your better hero with the better gear and the better stars, try letting Chimera die and not Belinda. but Belinda does have that big burst. As you can see, on full auto, the Pharrell still managed to die first, so that's pretty good for us. And the one difference between this and the Belinda is that obviously I don't get that extra faction bonus, but the Chimera, being mine is level 20 signature item, she does do pretty well for this. As you can see, once again, the twins died very early, so we're pretty much boned for this run. But hey, it is what it is, because Chimera's about to get annihilated, and then there she goes, and there's Rosaline. Hey, we might even get a second buff here. Nice. So the Rosaline cup's coming out for the win. Get some more cups. And she keeps getting grace. Now that's another thing. The last thing that I wanted to mention is I often swap the Jura's Call, which we might even try that now. What we're going to do, Jura's Call. So obviously, the blade on your main damage dealer that you want to last to get annihilated second. Jura's Eye on the damage dealer you want to die first. Then mix the others around, but Jura's Call, I always on these things mix it up between the twins and Rosaline and sometimes Rowan. It's just do a test with it on all of them and see what happens. So we'll change this one to Rosaline here and see what happens. Like I said, on different battles, it's different. So let's just test this. And obviously with your team synergy, depending on what ascension tiers, what gear you have, it's going to change a little bit for everyone. I don't think there's going to be a cookie cutter best one to put Jura's Call on, but it's definitely going to be one of those three that you want to be putting it on in the end. For me, seeing as my twins died, one of the tanky, for instance, the Jura's Grace is going to be a good one on them to help them survive. So those tanky stats plus the shield is going to be a good option. I think they've got Drape though. Or are they just not getting the shield? Once again, they die. Big rip, but it is what it is. So let's just see what happens. Let's see what score we get, and then I'll try putting it on Rowan. And basically, this is what you can do with your teams. Test it out, see what works best for you. Save that team into a formation. Just call it, what's the boss's name? I've forgotten the boss's name. Hey, that one was 40. So that worked better with her on it because obviously she's getting that more for Chimera. So we'll stick with that. So you can call it Cain, save the formation, and then next time around you can try it a few more times. And if you get a better combo, let's do this, then you can try it again. So now we'll try it on Rowan. The thing about these is, if we choose this, I'm actually going to put the Drape on the twins, see if they can get more sustain from that. And then we're going to put this one over here. So now Rowan has it. Let's give it a test. So for me, right now, the best option on this account is going to be Jura's Call on the Rosaline. Let's check it on Rowan. I did also try... I tried different formations. It's just for me, everything in this is a back row hero, so it's pretty much the one twin is always going to go to the front. So you can play around with the formation as well, may get you some different results. And in that one, Chimera died. Okay, that's a big rip. So once again, everything you change up is going to change the way it works. But yeah, see how it goes. Let's see how Pharrell goes. I don't think he's going to do too well. He's on Jura's Eye. The Phantoms aren't going to cut it. I don't think he's going to get there. Let's see. Let's see. Hey, I wanted to actually test this anyway. I mean, that ultimate's not doing much. I don't know why the Phantoms aren't scaling the damage enough. And there we go, we are deleted. So I'm not going to do another test because I've held you guys here for way too long already. But that is the basic gist of it. Play around with the Jura's Call on whoever you think it might be best. Looking like Rosaline at this stage, but I went through those two other accounts where I didn't have the twins. And if you don't have Rowan or Rosaline either, just test with whatever you have and piece together. You can just keep trying. It costs 50 diamonds to retry, so maybe take a couple of retries and see how you go. But that is going to be it for this one, guys. Sorry dragged on a little bit. I just wanted to give as much information as I could about it. But thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Cheers.